Right, so we've established we need to replace a solid wheel. That's no air in the wheel. So we've got the wheel. First important measurement we need to make to ensure we're getting the right replacement wheel is the overall diameter. That's the height, or the diameter from here to here on the wheel. One way of doing it is measuring it with a tape on the flat, 200 millimeters, or you can just stand it up on something flat and get a height that way, 200. That's critical to ensure that the wheel that's been replaced is the same height, so your application remains operating at the right level. It's not uneven or could impact in other ways. So we've got the diameter of the wheel. Next thing is to get the internal diameter of the bore or the bearing. A handy way of doing that is using some calipers, getting the measurement in there, pulling it nice and tight and reading it off at 20 millimeters. This is critical as it ensures the replacement wheel fits straight and clean back onto your existing shaft or bolt. So once we've established that, then the next critical measurement is to get the hub width. That's the measurement from the outside of one bearing or the outside of one side of the wheel through the hub to the other side of the wheel. Again, caliper is a very handy tool. Use the pin to come through. Ensure you're bringing that out flush with the outside of the bearing. Take the reading, 54 millimeters. Another way of doing that, if you don't have these handy, is just use a pen that will go through the hub. Bring it through the hub, through the wheel. Again, ensuring it's flush on the outside. Pinching it flush on the front. And then getting that measurement there. Again, 54 mil, pretty accurate for a pen. Very handy way of doing that. That way again, it will ensure the replacement wheel fits cleanly on your shaft and at the right length. That way you don't have your axle lost inside if your axle's too short, or the other way, your axle could be too long and the wheel will have a lot of slop. So with a replacement wheel, you might have the wheel just like this have come off your application, but you might not be running, say, a 20 mil bolt. It may have a spacer to reduce it down to, say, a 12 mil, a 10 mil bolt to fit your, say, your fork. You need to get an idea of the spacer as well, because this is also contributing to the bore size. So this will go in the wheel and reduce it down to an M12, which will then allow it to be fitted into a caster. So how to measure a spacer? Again, same method. Get an idea of the internal bore using calipers, 12 mil or ½ inch, and then an idea of the width, which is essentially representing the hub width, 62 millimeters. Again, that will allow us to get an idea and accurately provide a wheel that will fit on your application. As you can see with the spacer in it, it adds to the hub width, something to bear in mind. Another thing to consider is the tread width, and how to measure that is again just simply the footprint or the width where it touches the ground, where it rolls on the ground. And again, it's just nice and easy to get that across there. Often this is not super important. What's more important is getting the hub width right so it fits in the application. But sometimes tread width can come into play. Get an accurate idea of the weight of your application or the workload it's performing. Now that's something we can help with, but it's good to get an understanding of the application, what it's doing, and maybe if you're replacing the wheel, has it failed maybe because of it's the wrong, say, wheel for the application. It's the wrong tread type, it's the wrong capacity, it's too light for the application. Hence, as you can see, we have a wide range of urethane wheels, rubber wheels, nylon wheels, cast iron wheels, within that different bearings and capacities. So it's critical that you get the right wheel for the application when you're replacing your wheel. For more tips and advice like this, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, jump on our social, or explore our wide range on our website.